sometimes it's just like, I just want to see your shit. And
I
want you to
just
see
am
mine.
uninterested. Yeah.
And it's okay. Like although, I mean, then there's some people who I want to do it in a fuck you way.
I know.
Anyway, welcome to the pod. Let's address the obvious. I shaved my head today, like totally. Completely shaven. I feel like a gay version of Mr. Clean, a twink version of Mr. Clean. I also have an amazing fit on. I want everyone to address that as well. I'm really into baby blue, as you can see. We've also got Gianna
Hi.
on the pod.
Hey.
Muscle mommy galore.
Hi.
Freak, weirdo, a huge bitch.
Hi.
You know, all of the above and so much more.
Hey.
Well, how was your day? What did you do today?
You know what I did today?
What did you do?
I went to the hair salon.
Okay, your hair looks amazing.
Thank you.
So good.
I got a blowout. It's the first time I've ever done that.
Okay.
I've worked in many salons in my life, and I've never just gotten a blowout. I felt really like Orange County. You know what I mean? I felt like Laguna Beach, just going to the salon to get a blowout. And like I paid for it. Like that's crazy.
To be honest, I don't even know what a blowout is.
Oh, it's just they literally wash your hair for you and blow it out.
Oh, right. Okay.
Like, what's that for? It just seems very like prima donna-esque.
Right. You're just kind of going in there to just sort of be a bitch and be a diva and just have someone tend to you for like 30 minutes to an
like
hour
literally get your head massaged and just like yeah. And I love my person. He barely charges me anything, but like it's very discounted. But I'm still paying for him to like touch my head and just blow it out for me, so I don't have to get my arms tired. Isn't that crazy?
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
It feels diva-esque.
Yeah, as it should. I mean, I've never really like. Well, actually, I did get during my emo phase when I was 20 years old. I had my hair relaxed.
Okay, like
before prom.
Oh, I think you can do anything before prom.
I guess
think that's
so.
like
It looked pretty good.
Yeah.
But like,
how long was your hair?
It was I desperately wanted bangs. I wanted to look like Justin Pearson specifically from the Swing Kids era. I don't know if you're familiar.
Not at all over my head.
He's sort of a douchebag.
I have taste.
Now. Yeah, exactly. That's why you don't know who he is, because he sucks. Okay. Even though I have like a tattoo of his band on my arm. Yeah, but whatever. It's okay. I'm separating the art from the artist.
Okay.
You know? So leading up to prom, for about a year, I had straightened my hair ruthlessly every day, and this is what I would do. I was too afraid to ask for help. I was too afraid to ask girls for help. So what I did, too proud, even though everyone knows I have very curly hair.
You do?
Super curly hair, as you can't tell. I have like one photo.
Photos.
Yeah, we could put the photo right here.
Yeah.
Thank
you
so
Stuart
much,
handled
Phil.
that over there. Phil, you got this.
Phil's got this. Stuart and Phil.
And Bob back there.
Bob back there as well. The whole team, the whole squad. So I called it. What the fuck did I call it? I called it right angling my hair. So what I would do is I would get like a Conair, like the cheapest one I could find from Target or Walmart or something, and I would get it wet, and I would just use some like Head and Shoulders straightening shampoo or something.
Oh, okay.
And I would twist it.
Whoa.
And I would go like this, and I would take the straightener and go like and it like damaged like my scalp.
I would say like wet wouldn't it be like steam?
Yeah.
Like
it would like literally I would be burning my hair every day.
Oh my god.
And I would do that every single day.
I really want to see photos. And in terms of length, since I don't know your reference, what are you telling me it's like?
It was like a little bit below my eyebrows.
Okay. And then what about the rest of your hair? Or was it just bangs and shaved?
It was just bangs and shaved.
That'd be cute.
That would be cool.
That'd be cute now.
That would have been way cooler.
Yeah, it would have been cooler.
I've never tried so hard to be hot in my life, and it was the least hot I've ever been. So I had like...
I feel like people have their own perception of that, and like maybe it was really hot.
It was definitely hot to someone.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
Probably not the coolest person. Yeah, well, it was someone else's prom. It was my friend. It
Oh,
was a
that's
platonic thing.
fun. Oh, then maybe you
Yeah.
weren't hot.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
And it
well,
was like, yeah, I mean, things were not going well in the dating world for me at that time.
shoot.
It's okay. I've moved
Did you
on.
have like girlfriends in high school?
No. I was
I
scared to death of
yeah.
women.
Yeah.
Scared. I had no femininity in my upbringing at all. I
Oh,
was
okay.
such a boy. All I did
Okay.
was play sports. I
Uh-huh.
had like no I had like one girl cousin, but like we weren't close. All
Uh-huh.
my mom's like femininity, and my mom is a huge like Long Island catty. Like
Love.
she calls herself a hoochie mama. Full face every day, heels every day. She's got bunions as big as my fucking arms. Honestly, you
Wait,
guys like kind of have like a similar vibe.
wait, she sounds really cool.
She's cool as fuck and she's really
Yeah,
funny. She was
wait.
definitely like
I'm like looking in a
drama
mirror. We meet each other
queen,
and
pretty
we
much. Yeah, literally.
I'm
Y'all
your
would fuck
mom.
with each other super
Yeah,
hard.
totally. Well.
But they so wait, where was I going with this? What was I describing
No
them? Oh
femininity in your
yes, right,
household.
right, right.
But I see that's like one end of the spectrum of femininity,
That is one
maybe.
totally 100%. But
Okay.
also, see, because I had two brothers,
Older,
and
younger.
I'm a middle, so older,
Whoa,
and
Malcolm.
yes, exactly.
Okay.
So we like othered my mom super hard, and not even in necessarily a bad way. It was just
Sure.
like, this is not us.
Okay.
You go do your weird girl stuff.
Oh
We're
my
not gonna
God.
ask you any questions about it because it's not us. We just wanted to play
Oh.
sports and do boy shit.
Stereotypical boy, Western culture boy.
Yes.
Boys
And
could be anything.
I was
What is
doing
boy? What is gender, right? Disclaimer.
yes, totally.
Yes.
And I mean, these are things I was figuring out.
Of course,
at that
when you were
age.
young. Yes.
And like, I was also doing a lot of weird shit, that nobody knew about.
Like what?
Well, I was going on a lot of AIM chat rooms,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was an
Yeah.
AIM chat room slut.
Yeah, my name was Foxy Grandpa 777.
I wonder if we ever crossed paths. Did
I
you? Were you
wonder.
going on the chat rooms
I think
and
I did it a
cyber
few times and I
sexing?
was like, not that.
Okay,
No.
so I had like a bunch of girlfriends and stuff where I would be myself.
On the AIM?
Yes.
Like never met?
Yes. Set like so
Sorry.
like I don't know 8 or 9
Sorry,
of
Phil.
them, if not more. So many. But then I also my favorite thing to do, and this was my first time like doing any type of experiment gender wise, sexuality wise.
Mm.
I would make like a girly screen name. And I would cyber sex dudes. It was called cyber sexing.
I'm
I would
familiar. I'm
pretend
familiar with the sport. I just didn't partake in it.
right. I would get guys to come. Like I would say I'm a girl. I would get them to get off, and then I would be like, "Hey, my name's Mike, and I'm 13, and I'm Jewish, and I'm from Long Island, and I'm a fucking dude, and you're gay."
That's insanity.
Yeah, right.
You were doing that when you were 13?
If not younger, like 5th grade. Once we had a family computer, it was donezo.
Done. You had, oh my, all the viruses on your computer.
All the viruses. I would also like purposely go to my friends' houses and be like, I know that if I go on www.humongous.tits.com, they will get a virus, but I also know for like 30 seconds we'll see tits.
It's a gamble.
Not my computer.
Not your computer.
Not my problem, And then they would freak out and they'd be like, my parents are going to find out. And I'm like, oh, well, I actually have to go home in 15 minutes. So, like, literally not my problem,
Were you loved as a child?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I had both my parents were really cool.
That's good.
My older brother sucked, but
Shoot.
my younger brother, we were like really close.
The oldest always sucks. My oldest sister.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
He's a weird dude, still is. Piece of shit. Fuck
Yeah.
him.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck
My
you,
sister.
Matt. But me and my younger brother are incredibly close.
Love.
We're like, although we don't look very similar, we're
I
like
would
the
love to see a
same.
photo.
He's like,
Stuart.
yeah, Stuart, please get on
Bob.
this, Phil. Thank you so
Phil.
much. He's like, he's sort of like, he's a teacher. He's kind of a gym bro. He's like a
Okay.
wrestling coach. He's
Okay.
really shredded.
Ooh.
He's a handsome dude.
Ooh.
You know?
Like take the photo. And
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, you can lick it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Wait,
start
how old is
licking
he?
it. He's like 27. He's fine. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, get in there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Exactly. Whoa.
See?
You
Dunk.
shot it. You fucking dunked on my brother. Fuck,
Booby.
digitally speaking. Holy fuck. But yeah, so I mean, oh, how did we get here? It was from
Um,
my
I just want to make sure like you were
I was
okay.
okay. Thank you so
I was
much.
a teacher for like 8, 10 years, so I'm
Right.
like,
Yeah,
do you need to talk?
you were elementary school
Uh-huh. I did
teacher?
preschool, elementary. I was the art director of a Montessori school. I did third
Whoa.
grade. I did sixth grade.
What was it like working in a Montessori school?
Oh, it's the best.
That's what
It's
I've
the
heard.
best. It's just and it's like the right way to do it. Everything else is wrong. Just kidding.
It's kind of true.
It's kind of true. It's
What
kind of
are
true.
what like ideals of it? What did you like about it?
I love that it's child led. Like I love that. I love that we're talking about teaching
Yeah,
from youth,
right.
like
And-
exposing gaming on the internet. So it's like I love that it's child led. I love that you only because we always like undermine how smart and brilliant like kids are. And like what a 180, I swear to God. But really they're like the most brilliant creatures ever. So if you just like let them do their thing, lots of times people just like project their own thing or they completely ignore. The healthy balance is to just like watch them and observe when they're struggling and then go sit next to them in case they need the help. If they ask for the help, then you help them and you don't say any words. You just do it. Then you pass it over. Then they do it and it's done. And you put it away.
I mean,
Montessori, Maria Montessori.
so it's
Shout out.
interesting you're saying that because I was reading something a year or so ago that I think about like all the time, and it was talking about dark humor and like comedy and how dark humor
that?
is the only way to like teach people things
Oh.
in the sense of because you're brought in
Uh-huh.
with humor
Sure.
and then you're kind of like given a genuine concept
Sure.
or something. So um I
What
can't
is dark? What is light?
I guess I don't know, it's just like
What is dark?
you take
humor?
any of
like
your
death?
I guess just what is dark humor? How would you define it? Can you define it?
Probably like being like
It's just
make a
making
joke about like your dead dad.
comedy on non
You like make it
inherently
like
comedic.
good thing your dad wasn't here to see this because he's dead. Is that
Yeah,
dark humor?
that's a dark humor. I think it's like
Horrible,
making
but-
yeah, it's like making jokes of things
I
that
mean,
aren't
Stuart laughed,
inherently
which is
funny.
good.
Exactly. Stuart laughed. Thank God for Stuart.
Thank God for him.
But okay, so you don't teach anymore.
I don't. I have a baby,
You have a baby.
so I homeschool her.
Cool.
It's the best.
Very cool.
I'm obsessed. My heart is too big. It hurts every day. I say it's like physically painful how much I love and I'm obsessed with her.
You seem
It's
like
like-
such a good mom.
I'm the best.
Honestly,
And I can say that because I was a teacher for so long.
I
see
like
it all.
hear the teacher in you when you're talking to her.
Yeah,
It's
I
like because I know we've talked about that before. Like,
Yeah.
I knew you were a teacher.
Yeah.
And
And you were a teacher.
yes,
I want to hear more about that, which is wild.
it didn't
me.
last for very long. It was
And
more
what kind of teacher?
like an English teacher, 7 through 12.
Okay.
So
Whoa. 7 through 12. So that's
Yeah.
like middle school.
middle school and high school. I mean, that's what I got a degree in, and I was a student teacher.
Wild.
And it was like I sort of ended up in a classroom like out of nowhere because
Wow.
when I like picked my major, I was like, I want to do English just because I like reading, and I was
Sure.
like forced to go to college by my parents. I was like, I don't know what to fucking do, like
I
blah
wish
blah
I
blah.
was forced to go to college.
I mean, yeah, I needed like some time to think about some shit
That makes
because
sense. Mhm.
I don't know. I love to read, but I don't love to teach.
It's its own art form.
It is its own art form,
Yeah.
and
Lots of patience.
I started to really enjoy it, and I found an artful way to approach it because I had this one Shakespeare professor
Mm.
who I was picking his brain about teaching because I thought because he was a actor for like 30 or 40 years or something,
Fun.
and became a professor, and I thought he was a really good professor, and I was kind of picking his brain
Yeah.
about it, and he went off on this rant talking about how same way as an actor is, it's like it's not you're playing the role.
It's a role.
As a teacher
Uh-huh.
is you're doing a performance.
It's that.
It's an interactive performance. It's
Yeah.
not you up there.
It's true.
So
Yes.
when I was teaching, I was like at the beginning I was trying to be myself.
No.
And I was trying to be
Never be yourself.
exactly
where does that get you?
exactly. It naturally
That
comes.
sucks.
So
Yeah.
so like when like I just had to try on different hats because I
Totally.
was I was very boring. I wanted to be like I'm the cool teacher who like give you a
Mm-hmm.
Donnie Darko DVD or
Talk
like
about dark humor.
yeah or like I don't know teach you about like fucking Quentin Tarantino or something or like
Yeah,
shit like
for
that,
sure.
you
Yeah,
know, and
yeah.
like cool and
Because they're
like
like so
not
young.
crazy and like I hated the teacher chirp. I hated the like chirpiness. Hey
What's chirp?
guys,
Oh,
like I'm so happy. Oh, okay, everyone like that kind of shit. Like
yeah, yeah.
I that was super cringe to me, and I was
For
like, I don't
sure.
have to be like that. I can be my
No.
own person, but
Oh
like
yeah.
you need some energy,
You do
or you're
need
gonna bore the
energy.
fuck out of your kids.
Oh
So I
yeah.
started experimenting. Like with
Yeah.
it would be like literally like every class, it'd be like, all right, I'm gonna like be this person right now. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be this
They
person,
love that.
and I started experimenting and kind of figured out
Yeah.
like a personality that I vibed with,
Love.
and then as I myself and the
Sorry.
curated you're good curated like teacher identity like became one,
Love that.
but I wasn't a
Love.
great teacher. I was okay. I was like, I mean, teaching's hard as fuck,
It's hard.
and it's like
It's really hard. It is
it's
really hard.
insanely hard.
And like doesn't pay that good.
Pays like shit. Yeah.
Does not pay good.
But I ended up like not becoming a real English teacher after I graduated,
Mm.
and I started teaching on a farm. We were
Right.
doing, which I think I've told you about.
I would love to hear it in great detail, a specific thing.
Well, first of all, it's becoming a trope on the show. This is where I met Rachel Psycho, one of my fucking enemies who I don't like. Rachel, if
You're
you're watching
watching,
this, which I hope
Rachel?
you are, I just want to say fuck you. You're so fucking rude and you're so mean and you're so controlling and you don't know shit about teaching and you don't know shit about shit. You're a dumb fuck, okay?
Rachel, I don't know you, but I'm women supporting women. You rock, girl. Keep doing
Yeah.
you and be a boss, honey.
She is a boss and she
See?
does a lot of cool stuff too.
We get a bad rap.
It's like I support Rachel's endeavors and what she does. She's
Okay.
still in education in some way,
Okay.
but our personalities just did not clash.
They didn't.
Or they did
work.
clash.
They did clash.
They did clash.
They didn't match.
They didn't
I'm
mesh.
sorry about that. So tell me about your role on the farm.
So I was like,
Or is this dedicated to another episode?
no, we
Should you
could
have
we
a
could
theme
go
called
here.
farm?
I mean, I
Let's
mean
go
there
here.
could
We're
be a
here.
farm. I mean, we're here. Let's
We're
just do it.
here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well,
Buckle up,
it
sweetie.
was called Blackbird Farm in Northern California. It was part of like a secondary school.
Okay.
So there was a bunch of centers all over Southern California, and they would be open from like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And the students would
Love.
come sort of in a
Oh.
similar way to how you were explaining, like Montessori.
Mm-hmm.
They would just show up whenever they wanted. They didn't
That's
have to be
cool.
there at a certain time.
What age? What ages? Is it like old people
It
or
was
young?
like 6th grade to 12th grade.
Oh, okay.
But some of the kids were like, they were like 22, 23 years old. They
Oh,
graduate
wow.
late and
That's
stuff like
interesting.
that. So if they were doing well, they could get credit by going to these. They had like there was a farm, there was a ranch, there was like a history trip, and they would get
Question.
credit for it. Yeah.
What's the difference between a farm and a ranch?
I guess the ranch was more like there was like snow and stuff. There was no animals. Um, there was
So candid.
no animals. Like more.
Okay,
There was more
it's
like
like grass.
upkeep on the farm,
Oh,
where
okay.
like they were doing all the daily tasks and stuff, as opposed to like the ranch where they were like, let's go hiking and do. I don't know. I didn't work at the ranch, so I don't know like exactly what they did, but I know there was like
Okay.
less upkeep of stuff,
Love.
and the farm ultimately, which is where I worked, we were like teaching sustainable agriculture,
That's cool.
and like
Useful.
urban gardening.
Ooh.
So, like, how do you grow food if you live in Compton or if you live in the desert in
Yeah.
Victorville or something?
Wow. Do you grow your own food now?
I don't.
You didn't really put it to.
No, I could. I did for a while. I felt like morally obligated.
I don't want to hear could. I want to hear do.
Fuck, dude.
The mom in me coming out.
I know, right? Damn it.
So, what was like your specific role one day on a farm?
Okay, it's like we would love how you're interviewing me right now.
It's fun.
You took charge.
I feel in charge right now.
So we would like do morning chores and shit. We would like be shoveling shit and like getting eggs and like tending to animals, doing whatever, doing a lot of animal shit.
Uh-huh.
And then we would like do some lesson on like making jam or something,
Yum.
and it would be like fruit we got from like
Mm.
our farm, and they would
Ooh,
like harvest the fruit too,
yummy.
something like that. Um, and then there was a lot of like social emotional components to it too,
Mm.
which was
With the
kind of cool.
animals?
Mostly just with the students, and the
Between each
reason
other?
between each
Oh,
other.
because like working together?
Not even that. So it was
Oh.
more just like all these students like the it was all very independent. Like they would show up at the school, they would like
Mm.
meet up with their teacher, and they would
Hmm.
do everything just one on one with their teacher. So there was
That's
no
fun.
social aspect
Okay.
to this school at all.
Okay. Okay.
Um
Interesting.
so this was
Okay.
like their first time being in like a
Together.
yeah.
Oh, that's
It was
fun.
pretty cool. So we would do these like there would be like a maze in the woods, and they're blindfolded, and they have to like communicate.
Scary.
It's kind of scary. Yeah,
Yeah,
someone
like
would be
I'm
like
on a
freaked
farm,
out.
like this
Like
seems
like
weird.
things like that, and they
But
would have to
that's fun.
communicate, and
Okay.
like
I
and
get
then we
it.
would like do some meta shit, like analyzing your own communicative skills
Mm.
and things like that, and just talking about it in groups, and like giving them space to be like vulnerable too. Like we
That's
do these
cute.
like daily, I forgot what we called them, but it was like, what are you grateful for today? What are you working on today? And a lot of these kids, it was like their first time being able to like really talk with other people their age about stuff
Oh.
like this.
Were these kids like okay? Why were they only one on one? Like, what is
So it was
happening?
for like a variety of reasons. Like
Were they
either
troubled kids?
most of them were like troubled kids, or they
Okay.
were like
Oh.
dropouts.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So for any,
Independent study.
yeah, it
I did
was.
that for a year in high school.
Did you like it?
Oh my God, I loved it. I just got to stay home with my mom all day. Because I went to an arts high school and it was like really rigorous, really annoying, really. It was from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day. And then, like, on top of that, you had to, like, it was a commute. It was like really far from my house because, like, you had to audition to get in, whatever, get certain grades. It was
Okay.
like really stressful school. And then you'd have, like, be in a production and then you would have homework and then you'd be working on your conservatory classes for the next, like, weeks ahead. It was very stressful. So I took like a year off. It was the best. And then I went
Yeah.
back for because I did for like dancing, singing, and acting the first 2 years. And I was like, this ain't it. I don't want to perform other people's music. I'm an artist. So then for my last year, I went in for film. And it was the best decision I ever made
Why?
because I didn't have to like perform every day and I just got to learn like a skill that I feel like I use way more because I feel like when you're performing it's better to be more authentic. You don't have to learn anything about performing except to like put your lips to the mic when you're speaking like this. But
Right.
like I don't want to be too calculated when I perform, especially my how I do art now. I'd much rather know the skills to like make videos and clips and such. So I use
Yeah.
that way more.
It's more figuring out how to artistically be yourself instead of like following a
Exactly.
trend. And of course, like learning about those trends and learning how to do them.
Totally.
In the process of doing that, you learn how to do your own thing.
Yeah, I like get why it's there. I just hated it.
Yeah, I was never really
I hated
into
that high school.
learning art in that
I
regard.
get it.
I'm very informally, like I play bass and have no idea how to play
You
bass,
know what
but I
I
can
mean?
play
It's
bass.
better that way. It's
I think
better.
so.
It's better. Learn as you go.
But okay,
Better.
so questions about that, because as a performer, you were one of
Are you
the.
not going to talk about how you got schmegma off a horse?
We
Pinky?
could discuss schmegma. Wait, can we, since we're on the topic of your art, instead of talking about
Sorry,
schmegma,
I
horse
forgot.
schmegma?
Okay,
You're
okay.
really fascinated by the horse schmegma.
I
Understandable.
just think
I get
it's
it.
wild.
It is wild.
And your viewers and followers would like to know.
Yeah, they'll know.
Okay,
They're
they'll
gonna
know.
know.
They'll know in due time.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
But okay. So how would you like whenever I've seen you perform, you
Mhm.
do give off that vibe. I've never seen anyone like do weird ass shit like you. Like when I first saw you, I'm just like, okay, it was very like Diamanda Galas,
Thank you.
like, but
Thank
very
you.
like diva-ish, very
Thank you.
powerful,
Thank
very
you.
intense and freaky and scary
Good.
and like intimidating.
Yes.
And
That's my favorite word. Is
how would you describe, like, I know that's such a general question, but
I know.
like
Yeah.
your performance aura, how would you
Okay.
describe it?
I would say it's uninhibited. I would say it's authentic and primal and free And but with that, I hope that you can see that I came from like I've been a trained dancer since I was 4 years old. So like I have that in my Rolodex of my brain, but when I go to perform, it's like just free, uninhibited. Chaos ensues from within me and my body.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely picked up on all of
Power.
that.
I go for power. Be big. I like to be huge.
Well,
Always
you're
have on
always
at
doing,
least.
you do this a
I
lot.
do it a lot. It makes you big and it like because I think of like in the wild, and that's like where my brain goes, like primal. Like think like cave woman. I like to be big. I'm like I look huge when I do this.
Yeah, you do.
Goosh, goosh, goosh.
It's fucking scary. You scared the shit out of me the first time I saw you.
Really?
I mean,
Yeah, you
in a
seemed
cool way.
you were annoying me the first time. I only remember seeing you. I had 4 teeth. I had tooth surgery that day, and my mom was like, "You gotta cancel the show." I'm like, not gonna happen, mama." So I went because I didn't want to let down my bandmates because I'm such a good bandmate. I'm actually not even a diva at all. I'm a great bandmate,
Not a
actually.
diva. Amazing
Actually, I'm
bandmate.
down to clown all the time
All the time, 24/7.
with my ex bandmates. So I did the show and I was in pain and the numbing stuff was coming off. But I remember you, and every time I would look over at you, which
was
mind
like-
you, I'm like in a like I'm seeing red when I perform.
Is that what I was doing?
No, you were like this. I think there's even a picture.
There is.
You're like this,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Oh,
smug mug.
Was I smug mug?
and I was like,
Oh fuck.
"Are you well?
Were
Do
you
you
trying to
need?"
were you trying to unsmug me?
I was trying to break you.
Whoa. I was broken inside.
Good. And I think I knew that in my subconscious that because I was like, this person's acting annoying, that means they're covering up for something. That's what I came to at the end.
Oh fuck.
And I had to do like a literal hair, like I put my hair like in your like literal face because I was like, you were annoying me.
Yeah,
And you were like right there in front of me going like this.
I was having the time of my life. I was having a great time. I was
Good.
like, damn, this bitch fucking rules.
Thank
This
you.
is sick. And I mean,
Thank
all
you.
all the ways you described yourself, I
Yeah.
like felt that too.
Oh, good. Yay.
It's very like cave woman.
Yeah.
Like my
Yeah.
whole thing with art too, and where I've always drifted off into, it's like as long as I don't care what genre it is or
Yeah.
what medium of art, if
Yeah.
like you're just being real as fuck,
Yeah, I love
I'm
it.
gonna like it.
Me too.
And just like your jerky dancing and
Yeah,
like
thank
was like
you.
I've never, and like I'm not like a dance
Yeah.
person or like
Sure.
know much about dance, but I've never seen anyone move like that.
Thank
And
you.
and you're like just weird voices and shit. It was like
Thank you.
very hyper stimulating, very intense, very
Yay.
scary.
Good.
And I still
so
haven't
glad.
seen Gianna perform.
You haven't?
No, I mean I've seen videos. That was the only time I saw you perform, I think.
That's crazy.
Isn't that kinda
I
crazy?
feel like we're like
I know.
besties.
I feel like I've known you. I mean, we have known each other for years, but
I
we
guess
only.
years, but online, that feels weird.
It does feel weird.
That
This
doesn't
is the
seem
first
right.
time we're like actually meeting.
What
you just
in the world?
you just hair flipped me, and that was
and
it.
stole your heart.
Stole my heart,
That's crazy.
and then we became
No,
digital
that's
friends.
wild, and yeah, just digital friends. That's great. I could have sworn we played together in some band in some capacity.
I don't think so,
Wait,
unless it was with
um,
Fucked Forever.
Yes,
Did we play a show?
we must have.
I don't think we did
We did with the other band.
with the other bands.
That will not be mentioned.
We won't mention the name.
Love them.
Love them. We don't got to go down that road. We're here for positivity.
Stuart,
here.
stop snickering back
Yeah,
there.
shut the fuck up, dude.
Stuart.
I don't think we played a show. I know, like we
I
were
know
in the same
they
scene.
Played a show with them. I
we
know.
played. I don't think you, because you were not with them for that long.
I feel like it was like a year.
It was like a yearish, something like that.
A year, if that.
Weird. We didn't play that much.
Uh.
We suck too. Not to talk too much shit, but like I learned a lot about what not to do. About being. That was my first real band.
Oh, for real?
For real. I'd never
I've never seen you
played. Yeah. See, so we haven't played a show. Yeah.
But I'm always late in general, which I thought was like so funny. You text me or like, be on time because I was like, how does he know I'm late to everything?
Because you're a diva.
I'm
Just
not a diva.
figured it. And
Let
it's
me go on the
LA.
record.
I
I'm
mean that
not.
as a compliment,
Okay,
not
thank
as
you. Do
like
you want to know something
truly
funny?
not in a bad way.
In middle school, okay, at the end of the year of 8th grade, they gave everyone awards like class clown, whatever. You know what mine was? They made up the category for me.
Did you get Diva of the Year?
Diva in training.
Diva in training.
And I got offended. I was like, in
Bitch, I'm a
training?
diva right the fuck now.
Excuse me, I played Miss Hannigan and Annie, and I got to bow last. Diva in training?
Dare they?
I don't think.
How
Not
did you
they,
respond?
Miss
How did you
me.
respond to that?
I
you
blew up the
pissed?
school.
You blew up the school.
I said F this,
Sick.
and I
Cool.
hopped on a hog and I rode off into the sunset, and I was
Hopped
like,
on a hog. Fucking 9/11 the school.
dynamite behind
That's
me.
cool. I
just
that.
accepted graciously as all diva in trainings do.
Honestly, that offends me that they did that. Why weren't you just called Diva of the Year? I
Can I
guess
just
because
be
they're saying
diva?
like you're gonna be a
Because I'm
diva.
like so little.
Like
Yeah, and like I was the only one going off to like a prestigious art school after, so they're like diva in training, you know.
right,
Cute.
right.
Because maybe diva could be like taken like offensively.
That's true.
Because a lot of people I
do.
know like to use that term not nice for
Right.
some reason. And so I take it as a compliment, but maybe that's a me problem.
I mean, I've always used diva as a compliment.
It is a compliment.
But it can be used
negatively.
Negatively. Depends how it's used.
Yeah.
Do
you know any divas in a negative light? Mariah Carey?
I think she's I don't know her.
Good. I was gonna say it.
Was that not the
Don't make an
only
enemy
response to have? I think that's the coolest diva thing ever done of all time. Was her saying I don't know her.
I love it.
To J-Lo.
Oh, I love it.
Also, I use that all the time now.
So good.
Ever since I've like studied that, spiritually speaking, and really let that like affect my being.
Yeah.
Like, and people have come up to me and they're like, especially with Cancer Christ stuff, asking about all of that. And they're like, "How's Anthony?" I'm just like, "Anthony who?"
Yeah, it's good. I don't know her.
"Oh, okay, fuck yeah."
Yeah, shoot. Yeah.
That's like the coolest response to
it's a
anything.
Really cool response.
Yeah. And I don't know, she's just like the ultimate bitch. She's like, statistically speaking, her Christmas song.
Hello.
Like,
hello.
Hello.
Gold. Hello.
Golds.
Hello. Except for, guess what? My brother wrote a Christmas song for Cher, and that beat Mariah Carey last year and the year before.
Yeah, you're always posting about your brothers.
Yeah, he's the
like,
best.
What does he do?
He's a songwriter.
Okay.
And he does artist development, so he like builds artists from the ground up.
That's very cool.
But once upon a time, we were in a rap group together.
You were a rapper.
Did you know this?
No. How old are you?
From high school to like 27.
Can you share the name?
It was called, it's called Block, BLOK.
BLOK.
And that's how I know all those people from my ex band is they would all come to my shows.
Oh.
Yeah, because it was like thrashy. This is pre the Antwoord, so with the dark aesthetic rap.
Yeah.
But actually good and actually like psychedelic lyrics. You know, it was me and my two brothers in a rap group together, and I did my dancing crazy, and I was like hype girl, and I would rap, and they would all rap.
That's fucking awesome.
And that was our group, BLOK. And we were like, did stuff with Mad Decent, which is like Diplo's label. We did some like collabs and stuff. And then like toured a little, you know, we had like a Japanese label too called Substance. And we did some stuff. But then we kind of just like stopped because we were just like done taking up space. Especially because everything with context then makes it bad. Like LMFAO came out, and they're like these white guys in crazy clothes making some dance music that raps, and then like you hear one drunk person at a bar like, you guys should collab with LMFAO, and it's like, were you not like listening to the lyrics, man? You know, just because it is like dancey, but it's like, it was like we had a song Lair of the Right Worm that's based off that film, and like, you know, like it was more like psychological rap.
Sure.
you
I
know.
think a lot of people don't like listen to
They
lyrics
don't.
too. It's like
Kids these days, am I right?
kids these days. I mean,
Club goers,
I have
bar
to very
hoppers.
consciously listen to lyrics
Mm.
because my brain just like picks it up as any other instrument. It's just another
Uh-huh.
noise.
Uh-huh.
But
Hmm.
if it is like I'll feel it, and if it feels like it I should be listening to these lyrics, I
Yeah.
will like try to lock in
Yeah.
or like look them up or
I
something.
love that.
But it takes some effort, and
It
it's
does.
always weird. Like some people can like learn the lyrics of a song and like hearing it 2 or 3 times,
Yeah.
and like
That's my brother Jesse. He's a genius.
I've listened to Intergalactic by the Beastie Boys
Love.
maybe more than any other song of all time, and
Love.
I know like 30% of the
You
lyrics.
know,
I
it just
probably
happens
heard it
like
like
that.
600 times,
Yeah.
and I don't. And I
There's a lot of
only
words happening.
there are a lot of
That was the
words
thing too with
happening.
Block is like there was the lyric like one chorus is I will make you want this like my nipples spray sugar. So everyone knew that. Another chorus was a jungle dog fang hell, just repeated, repeated, repeated. But then when it came to like the actual like lyrics, it's like there's a lot going on.
Sure.
A lot of big words on purpose. Like
Right.
it was like very like kind of also like pretentious.
Yeah, that's cool though.
With like, literary references and such, me and my
That's
brothers.
awesome.
Yeah. And we like we played with Diane Word a bunch and like yeah, but then like Diane Word like socks.
Yeah, they're canceled.
Sorry. Oh, even they're canceled? I didn't
I'm
know this
pretty
either.
yeah, they're like
I mean, I'm
canceled. They
sure.
say the N word. Like,
Jesus, I did not know this.
I think the dude was like a groomer as well.
Shoot.
Something along
God dang it.
those lines.
That sucks.
I thought they were so cool
I
when they
mean,
came
they're
out.
great. I don't think they're cool.
Yeah,
But,
I thought they were
it's
cool.
a nice crowd to perform to.
Yeah, for sure.
That's probably rude. I'm like very grateful, obviously. Sorry.
Yeah, just
If you're
like fuck
watching,
y'all.
whatever
If
your name is,
Deant Word is
Ninja.
watching,
If you're watching,
is
I'm
that her
sorry.
name? Ninja or his name?
His name, and then
What's
she's
the
like
girl's name?
Leilani or something, or that's
Leilani.
that's the F forever, right?
Yeah, shout out to Leilani.
It's something like that, isn't it?
I think it does have an L. I don't
I think
fucking
it's
know.
like Lolly or something.
That's
I
Lolly
should
sounds
know.
right.
We like
You went on tour or
backstage with
played
a bit
shows.
of like I should know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, obviously, you would have known if they were good enough.
You know what they still sell in Amoeba is a Block and the Antword poster.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to get it.
Okay.
I'll buy it.
Bye.
Okay. All right. See ya. Okay. Question 2. So you're also a writer,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
and like you
Robust.
won some award or your shit is popular.
I was a
Can you talk
bestseller.
about can you
Isn't
talk
that
about your
crazy?
books?
Yeah, so I've written 6 books. So like the first 5 were all just like my 21st birthday was like a book release party, and I made like a vow to myself to always like write a book a year, and it was just to like almost like be a benchmark for growth going forward and know like my mind state that year. So it was like essays and like poetry and then like visual art because I like draw too. And but then I kind of stopped. I fizzled out because I was like, I don't care anymore. Like life sucks for a little bit. But then I was like, you know what? And one was like so cool. Like my last one I did, I put it like in a manila folder, like the like packaging and like they were like numbers. So it felt like secret government, like, it was like, this is the truth, kind of
Right,
vibes, which
that's
is
cool.
like, young stuff.
Right.
And then my last book, I tried to be as communicable as I could instead of so like self-indulgent-y, because I like self-indulgent sort of stuff. Like it was like, because like things I made, like one chapter of a previous book was fat cherubic geckos, no teeth, just smiles.
Whoa.
That was a chapter.
I
You know what I
love-
mean?
I
It's like
love
self-indulgent, like
Sure.
whatever.
Yeah,
And
gotcha.
so then for my last book that was a bestseller, I was trying to be like as human as possible, if that makes sense. Like I tried, like how I talk like here, I was
Sure.
trying to write it. So I was like, it's like fun.
Instead of your
I'm a
like
fun
very
girl.
figurative like
Instead of being so esoteric and
yeah, right. Because I know what you're saying. I know your lyrics and stuff and like
Yeah,
stuff you were saying before. And
Yeah. So it's like I was trying to I was like, and it's like lots of like quotes because it's very self-helpy. This last book, it's like a self-help book basically, and it's like just like create and don't overthink and just do it, and gives examples of my own and like gives context of my own life. And then a lot of like, it's basically like an encyclopedia for just books I love. Like I'll do a lot of quotes. And then, yeah, that's basically it. I had a book release at Barnes and Noble at the Grove, which is so cool. Like my poster was like everywhere at the Grove. I felt like I was
It's
like,
fucking bougie.
I
Some
don't
bougie
understand
shit.
what happened because these things happen to me and I don't it's like a glitch in the simulation or something where it's like breaking into the mainframe somehow and it just
Yeah.
like sort of I'm like it's me, right? You know what I mean? Like I'm not. And also like I maybe it's
Do they
good.
know you're a freak ass
I
bitch
know,
at the
I
Barnes
don't
and
think
Noble?
they
Yeah.
do. Like I don't think anyone read it that put on that event.
I mean,
Like
I think it's just like those stores are just like, are they making us money or not?
yeah,
Are they
and I
making
mean,
us? We
hey,
don't give a
it's
fuck
sold
who it
out.
is.
Like I even I went
Yeah.
the other day to go get one like in person. I'm like, that'd be fun. They're like, we've been sold out. And I was like,
Damn, that's
the
fucking
Grove,
cool.
Barnes and
What a
Noble.
moments. How did you feel in that moment?
I felt real, and it was cute because I was like with my daughter, and I was like, "Oh," like one day, like
Oops,
she'll
sold
like
out.
care about that or something.
Yeah,
That might be cute, you
that's
know. She
very
might be
cool.
proud. I don't know.
That's really
And I
cool.
like talk
I'm
about
sure
her in
she'll
the
be
book a
proud.
lot. Like I'm obsessed with her.
She's cute.
Yeah,
She's a little nugget.
she's like she's just like, ooh.
I love watching you teach her math.
Is she not brilliant?
She is very smart.
No, it's
She
like
knows her math.
it's like I'll be like, what's 6 plus 6? She's like 12. Like it's like crazy and
Period.
like like fifth grade. Like you know what I mean? It's like older. It's like not fifth grade, but like it's like 6 year old.
Yeah.
She's 2.5. Like
Right.
it's like actually so crazy.
Is that like, I don't even know like those ages in terms of like simple math? She's ahead of the game.
No,
Like,
she way ahead. Way ahead.
cool.
Lots of kids her age don't even know 1 plus 1. They could
Right.
count to 10.
Yeah, she does.
She counts to 50.
Right.
Like it's like insane. And she could do French and Spanish and she can add and subtract. I was like, give me
Damn.
two minus 1. She's like 1.
She speaks French and Spanish.
Yeah, just in number. That's
What?
because that's all I know is count to
Oh,
10.
right. Okay, that's cool though.
Dude,
That's really
that's
great.
like that's
Yeah,
all. Yeah,
yeah.
but it's great. You know, I heard it expands their mind. And then her
Totally.
dad is Nicaraguan and Mexican, and so they sometimes talk
Cool.
in tongue.
Very cool. I wish. I mean, they say, what is it, like around 5 or something? Your brain is like
Literally,
ready for learning another language.
I heard it's before 5.
Is it before 5? I don't
It's
know.
before
It's I
5.
know it's super young, which is so
Super
dumb that in
young.
public education you start in
I
6th grade or
know.
7th grade.
Yes.
And I struggled with language so much.
Oh, I failed every.
Yeah.
I took French, I took Spanish, failed.
Yeah.
I don't know how I graduated high school.
You
I
want to
think
hear
I actually
something?
didn't technically.
You want to hear something dumb about graduating high school? So
Oh boy, do I.
They ranked everyone like in terms of GPA
Yeah.
in my grade,
Yeah.
and guess who was ranked last?
No.
Me.
There's no way.
Yeah. I was such a bad student, and I tried really hard too. That was the most embarrassing thing. It's just like the other kids who were like a little bit above me, they were like addicted to drugs
Sure.
or like
No.
never came to school.
The way that it is not conducive to actual learning
It's totally not. It's
at all.
So I think the way public education ideologically, what they're teaching you to do is to receive, which is a very lucrative skill, and it's to receive information from a higher power and regurgitate out exactly what they're asking for, which is a
Interesting.
really great way to get a job.
Yeah, actually.
That's an amazing skill,
Sure.
and it's a great way to display your intelligence.
Sure.
Probably for the masses as well, but
Yeah.
that's not for everybody.
Not for everybody.
Um,
Not for the creative thinker.
yeah, the
the
weirder.
outside of the boxers.
Exactly.
Those are like inventors. And so wouldn't you want to cater to
Yeah.
those more so? And that's
Right.
what's like that's why I like independent study. I like that that's an option for people and like
Right.
but some people don't have the like household to support that either. So it's just like
It is hard.
it's hard. You just have to have good parents.
You gotta have good parents.
At least one.
Yeah.
I have one.
I had good parents, but they were not like alt in that regard or like thinking about other forms of education. It was
Okay.
just like
They were just like
they
loving.
don't even know that shit exists. They were just loving. you
Yeah.
know?
My mom was very conscious of it. My dad, addict. Where's he? He got murdered.
Damn.
He's dead. Guess what? He got murdered by his caretaker.
Whoa, I'm a caretaker.
You are.
I should murder you, Dylan. Dylan's one of my clients.
But that's just like suffering from multiple sclerosis. That's just to tell on how horrible of a person you are if your own caretaker murders you. There was
Right.
dead cats found on the scene. This just happened last year,
You're getting
and
cash right
couldn't
now.
have happened to a better person.
Damn. I would say sorry, but you don't seem like
Oh no,
you're
no,
about it.
it's I'm all about it, about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, off the
Okay.
record.
On the very on the record. So on the record, literally recorded.
Literally so on the
Yeah,
record.
video and audio.
Stuart, I'm not a murderer.
She's not a murderer. Okay, so it is now the story time part of the pod.
Yeah.
Safe word is give me
Enema.
enema.
Okay, we're good to go now.
Okay.
All right, so sorry for the technical difficulties. I had to
I overheated them.
It was hot in here. Gianna was flexing too hard. Gianna started literally flexing, and then I had, with consent, of course, she gave me an enema, and it was all to save the baby blue pants. We were worried. John was just like, "Wait a minute, we're worried about the pants, and we want to make sure they're okay." And I'm
It's
just
your
like,
show.
"I'm
You
about to
gotta
shit
look good.
everywhere. I
You-
need to be
you
cleaned
gotta
out."
look
I
good.
think
I
like-
am a mom, so
you're a
I've
mom,
seen it
yeah,
all.
yes. So anyway, story time. We're going. The theme of today is roommates and neighbors. And
Yeah.
Gianna, you have a story about a roommate or neighbor.
I do. So I was born in LA, but I grew up in Orange County. And the only way I got to grow up in Orange County was a Habitat for Humanity house. We got gifted a home. Was not brought up with a lot of money, whatever. And my dad sucks, so I feel like he must have ticked off the neighbors in some capacity. And we had these neighbors that just like always had like a thing, like, I was a pretty friendly. I'd be like, hello, and like they would just be like, and they had three large dogs, and those dogs would. I don't know if they didn't feed them. It's actually kind of sad. Like the dogs would just like break through our gate every week. So every week we were repairing the same gate, and they would just break through our gate and running rampant in our yard. And one actually bit me, and I have a little scar. It's this tiny dot. Oh yeah, I gotta zoom in on that bob. Phil, handle it. It's like literally so tiny.
Oh, I
But
see it.
I'm a
It's there.
victim, okay?
She was a victim.
But so then, I guess they eventually got kicked out, Habitat for Humanity, and it was in Irvine of all places. They're very strict, so they got kicked out. Next neighbors that moved in, they were from a different country. They did not speak English the best. It was their second language, I suppose. And there was a young boy. God, what was his name? Kirill? I think it was Kirill. He could always yell it. Anyway, long story short, it's not that interesting. It actually just kind of sucks. So he would always be like, I like to sunbathe. I like to get my glow on. I'm Italian. I let the tan come with the sun. And I like to sunbathe in my backyard. Easy. It's private, right? Coincidentally, every time I would sunbathe, my friend and I would wear like a bathing suit. I wasn't like nude by any means, but he would come out and start like rapping while playing basketball. Lots of times he would literally throw the basketball in my yard.
Oops.
Yeah, oopsie. But he wouldn't say anything to me. This is what made it weird. Then a few times he had a little sister named Olga, and she'd be like, Kirill, stop looking through the gate. Stop doing it. And he was just like literally spying on me. And that's it. He never talked to me. And that's the end of that.
That's really fucking creepy.
It was just kind of creepy and then kind of sad about the dogs that never got fed, I guess.
Yeah, that's sad about the dogs. He got outed too for being a fucking pervert.
Multiple times. You'd think the first few times he's like, shoot, my little sister will tell on me for peeking through the planks.
That sounds like the beginnings of a disturbing kink.
Not
the kink shame,
And like, I was much older than him is another thing.
Okay.
And then like, that was also part of it. It's kind of weird. Because I wasn't about to like, or like, what would I say? I know for a fact your son is like, because then it's like, how do you know for a fact he was? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I heard like, and also like English wasn't their first language, so I don't know if there'd be like every time like we would make small talk, say in the driveway if they're getting in the car, like my mom would talk to like the mom. It would just always be like,
Hello.
So you're not about to like
How
break
you
the
doing?
ice by being like, your son needs to
Yeah.
stop.
Right.
So that's the end of that.
It probably should have been said, but I get it.
I know.
I think I probably would have done the same. And you were young too. I mean, how old are you?
20.
Yeah, 20 is still young to
It's
like
young.
be.
I was 20.
like
and I don't know how old he was.
Yeah.
But he's really tall.
Right. I'm surprised he didn't look over the fence.
I know. No, he was like literally probably that tall. But then he would have been found out, I think, sooner.
Right. That makes sense.
And they had a dog named Frankie.
Aww.
But they would always be like, Frankie! And whatever.
Frankie.
I think they're Russian.
Man, Russians are wild. I feel like I could be Russian in this too. With a new set of glasses.
I think
Just
glasses
saying.
even.
I mean, I guess the glasses too.
You
Like
do
the
look
winter
like you're
edition.
not from here.
Right.
You're not from LA.
Right.
You look like you're not from LA.
I kind of feel like I could do Armenian too in this fit.
Yeah, like in a
Right?
little Armenia. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I
I'm so
could see
versatile. I'm
it.
so ethnically versatile.
And then it's also just kind of like Harmony Korine-esque or
Totally.
something.
Right.
That's like obviously that's like what I first thought of when I saw you. I was like, oh,
Thank you so
cool.
much.
Yeah.
I love Harmony Korine. I know you do too.
yeah,
I don't even have to ask you that. I know that.
you know, the recent
okay.
stuff
Yeah.
earlier.
Right. Okay. Let me do my story.
I bet it's
About-
gonna be better.
It's a wild one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd been living in my apartment for a few years now, and there was so I live in one of the like old Koreatown mansions that got like converted into like 4
Love.
apartments or whatever. It's pretty cool. So I have this.
Like, is this your current situation?
This is my current situation.
Okay.
So
Are they gonna be watching whatever story you're
no,
gonna say?
they're not going to be watching this. And if they do, I don't give a fuck. Everything I'm saying is true.
Oop.
And there's nothing like bad happened.
Okay.
Well,
You'll be
well,
the judge.
You'll be the judge. The person who did the bad deed will not be watching. I know that because they won't know it exists.
Okay.
Anyway, so one day, I wake up and I'm like gonna go to my car for some reason. It's like early in the morning. It's like 7 in the morning, and I open up my door and there's a fucking dead rooster
No.
on my porch.
What?
And so my porch is
Dead how? Like, what's it look like?
dead as not
Right.
dead as
No
fuck.
pulse.
No pulse.
Right.
No life.
Got
It
it.
wasn't
But, like, slit
mutilated.
throat or- okay,
So
okay.
I'll get into that.
Oh.
So I'm like staring at this rooster. So it's like we have like a shared doormat. Basically, there's like a middle block, and then
Okay.
there's like one apartment.
Sure.
And there's my apartment.
Yeah, sure,
So
sure.
it was on the middle.
Oh, okay.
So-
Okay.
Which was like both of ours.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I'm like looking at this rooster, and I'm
Yeah.
like, is this I'm very confused. A lot's going through my mind. I'm like, is this a cultural thing?
Yeah.
Because
Is
they're
it
not
her?
white who live next to me, and I was
Okay.
just like, is this something I don't understand?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm thinking really hard, and I'm like, what should I do? Like, this is weird.
Yeah.
This is, regardless of if it's a cultural thing,
Yeah.
at least maybe let me know.
Yeah, sure.
Because
it's a little disturbing to wake up to.
Yeah, it's very morbid to a dead, and roosters are fucking big.
Maybe it was a joke, dark humor.
Maybe it was a joke, dark humor,
Wrapping it
full
up.
circle.
Full circle.
So I end up like going back in my house for a second. I'm like thinking really hard, and for some reason my eyes were fixated. I don't know. I call them the gobbles, the little vagina flaps on a rooster's neck.
Primordial
The
pouch.
primordial pouches on the neck. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Rasputin. Yeah, of course. I
Yeah.
believe isn't it called like a gobble?
A gerbil,
A
garble, a girdle.
It's a girdle. That's what girdles are made. That's
So
where the name came
That's
from.
where
That's
they
what
all
they're
came
made out
from.
of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the girdle of the
Fact check
rooster.
that, Bob. Thanks. Stuart.
So I was like fascinated by the girdle of this rooster.
yeah, it's like textured,
Well, it was so bright when I looked at it. It was so bright
like
red.
red.
Like, super, super
Ah,
red. And I'm just like, that
okay.
was the only thing I could think about when I was like back. Because I was just sitting down. I'm like, what do I do? Like, do I
Right.
knock on their door? Do I call someone? What the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
Do I move it? Do I
Yeah.
touch it? So I go back out and I get closer because I was kind of scared of it.
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
go
God,
closer and
imagine
I
if it was like,
realized Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was like afraid
That's
of.
the
And I was
fear.
all
Pet
tired and
cemetery or something.
totally.
Yeah.
That's literally what was going through my head.
Yeah.
Waddles. They're called waddles. Thank you, Phil.
Thank you, Phil.
This
is why we have a team working so diligently.
I look at the waddles closer. I get right up next to it, and I realized that there's the reason it stuck out was because they were not the waddles that I was looking at, is that it was a fucking voodoo doll in the throat. And there are all these pins through it.
Wait.
So its throat was slit from like...
And inside of...
They sewed the voodoo doll into its neck, and there's pins like in it. You know, it was a typical looking like voodoo thing, you know? So I'm like, okay, like what the fuck?
Okay.
So I had just so eventually they see that my neighbor notices that I'm like rummaging around in the morning. So she comes out. She doesn't speak English.
Okay.
And she gets out and she just starts crying and she's just like freaking out.
Oh, like because it's freaky?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's like a victim too.
Yes.
Okay, she's not in on it.
Yeah, she's not in on it.
Okay.
So I didn't know what to do, but I knew it was some sort of, magic, spiritual voodoo shit. So I had just befriended, I won't say her name because she's very mysterious on the internet, but on the internet she goes by Goth Shakira. You guys would fuck with each other, by the way. One of my best friends.
Hello.
She's incredibly cool.
That sounds tight.
But she's super educated on things of that nature.
Dark magic.
Sure.
The dark arts.
The dark arts.
Deviant art.
She calls herself a white witch.
Ooh.
But so anyway,
Linda.
so I called her up and I was just like, dude, the fuck do I do?
Yeah,
there's some
like,
voodoo shit.
I need answers.
So she ends up giving me this.
You put garlic on your doorbell.
Pretty much like a lot of like that kind of shit.
Sure. Tomato broth.
So she gives me a whole list of things to do, and I'm talking with the neighbor, and I'm like explaining it, and I guess she speaks some English, so she was able to understand what I was saying. And I guess the most important thing was that, you clean your house, you clean the doorstep, and you also bury the rooster in a kind, respectful manner.
Yeah.
So I'm telling her all of this stuff, and then she kind of starts telling me that her ex-roommate, there's some issues with the deposit, and she was doing like brujeria in their apartment.
What's that mean?
Like witch shit.
Oh, okay.
And she was like filling up bathtubs full of alcohol and doing these weird candle ceremonies and like
the alcoholic beverage or like the clear white stuff?
I don't even know.
Okay.
Maybe the clear white stuff. I don't know. Or like filling it up with wine and shit, or like doing some weird witch shit.
Like,
and she's
just
very
good at cleaning, or like, is it like
maybe she was just fucking
beverage?
cleaning.
Yeah,
her.
she was just a maid, so
yeah, exactly. So she was on some weird shit, and she's very Catholic too.
Okay.
So they didn't get along, and I think they got in some fight, and so they left on not good terms.
Darn it.
And then there was a deposit issue involved.
God dang it.
So we kind of figured out that
That's
the person,
who it is.
it was for my neighbor and
neighbor?
not me.
No.
Because I was just like, Goth Shakira, what do I do?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Do I have to cleanse my whole house and shit? Which I ended up doing
sage?
anyway.
Sure, might as well.
I got these like reverse spell candles and was like chanting shit.
Why not? That's what I always feel about those things. So people have like some like thing against like, why not? Let's do it all.
Literally, why not? It felt good, you know.
Yeah.
It was just like, just
Even
get
if
the
it's
fuck
just,
out of
like,
here,
you
whatever.
know.
Even if it's if it's woo woo or not, like, if it makes you feel better, then fucking do it.
Yeah.
It made me feel better because I'm just like, what in the fuck?
Yeah, that's.
It just looks serious, and they fucking sewed it into the
that's
goddamn.
like a lot of effort.
So I end up. The most important thing was that this rooster gets buried in a good place. So I'm telling my roommate this. I have like all these candles and incense out on the fucking porch.
Protect your energy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for some reason, my landlord shows up too, and she barely speaks English.
Okay. Does she speak the same language as your neighbor?
No.
Okay. Different.
She's Korean.
Different.
Yes. And
안녕하세요.
so I'm like going back and forth, and like my landlord ends up asking me like what's going on, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, like the neighbor, she's gonna like go bury the rooster, like just leave it here for now,
Oh, the
like
neighbor's gonna do it.
no one should touch
Okay.
it but her,
Oh, okay. Because like it's
and
for her.
yeah.
Okay.
So as I'm like going back and forth and in and out of the house or whatever, like the rooster's gone for a second, and I'm like, oh,
She
like
was
I go
okay.
up to the neighbor and I'm like, hey, like you took the rooster,
Yeah.
like, and she's like, oh no, like Miss Kim took it, like the
The
landlord,
landlord.
and I'm like, what do you mean
Uh-oh.
like Miss Kim took it?
Bury it.
Yeah, because I was also really scared because I know there's a lot of symbolism around a doorstep,
Oh, really?
or
That
it's just
makes
like
sense.
curse this house,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and I'm although different apartments,
Yeah.
still part of the house.
Very much so.
So I'm like, okay, so let me find Miss Kim.
Yeah.
So Miss Kim's out talking to one of our other
This is a
neighbors.
great film.
It could be
I'm
right.
getting like Beef vibes. You know, like Beef on Netflix.
I don't know
It's great
Beef.
by Sonny Kim, I think his name is. It's a great director.
I don't know Sonny Kim or Beef, but I would
It's
like
fabulous.
to.
It's like tense, giving like A24.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. It gets weird and silly.
I'm pumped.
So, I'm like, Miss Kim is talking to our other neighbor, and I'm kind of like standing there, like trying to be patient and like wait for them to be done. I'm kind of like sort of thing, and eventually I like cut them off, and I'm just like, hey, Miss Kim,
Yeah.
what'd you do with the rooster?
Where's
And
the rooster? With
this
the...
neighbor
Yeah.
gives me so much sass. She's just like,
Oh.
I'm talking to Miss Kim, and I'm just like, listen, someone put a fucking voodoo
doll.
rooster,
Yeah.
and there's blood all over my porch.
Yeah,
So like,
like-
give me a second, bitch.
Right, literally.
And she's just like, oh, okay. So Miss Kim goes, she's just like, oh, like I took the rooster, or I took it, I put it in a bag, and I'm like, what do you mean a bag? Like, where's the bag? She's like, I just drove and went whoop.
No.
And I was like, what do you mean you went oop?
Okay,
Like,
girl,
what does that
with
mean?
a plastic bag in this day and age.
Yeah.
Honey, we're littering? No.
I felt like Jason Bourne. I'm like, where is the baby?
Yeah, like this is a movie.
Where is the rooster?
Yeah, where's the rooster?
So she ends up telling me, and her English is really hard to understand. It's really hard to understand what she's saying. And so I'm like, okay, I knew she threw out in a gas station garbage, and there's only a couple gas stations near me.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to the gas stations, and I'm going through the trash. I eventually find it.
No.
Yeah, it's in a fucking Ralph's bag. Like,
it would be.
Yeah, exactly.
Ralph.
So
Not even pavilions. Come on.
Exactly. Not even
Bottom of the barrel.
Gelson's or something.
Yeah, come
Trader
on.
Joe's at the
Come
very
on,
least. Come on,
right?
Ralph's.
Paper
Come
bag.
on. So I end up getting the rooster and then like giving it to the neighbor and be like, all right.
That's so
bury,
funny.
yeah, bury it.
This is literally so funny. This is
Yeah.
crazy.
This is weird, right?
I'm obsessed.
So
She buries it.
she ends
Where?
up in Venice Beach.
Oh, she took a drive.
She took a
With it.
drive
She
with
wanted to
it.
spend time with it.
I guess she did. Which it's funny too because like imagine you're on Venice Beach.
I can't.
And just some like very non-hip looking, just like
Yeah.
any other person
Woman.
with a Ralph's bag with a voodoo rooster
Yeah.
bearing it
Yeah.
like in the sand
I
on
can't
Venice Beach.
imagine not liking someone enough to go through all that effort with a rooster.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, they suck.
Well, that's why it
Move
was
on.
like scary too, because like when you're getting death involved, like you can do
Yeah.
like spells and shit, and
Yeah.
I believe in a lot of that stuff.
Oh, me too.
and
Like set your intentions. Like
Sure.
light a candle.
Yes,
But when you're like killing things
that's
and the sewing of it all,
yeah.
I mean,
Process of doing that is like
that's a lot.
there was some
It's like time consuming. Aren't you busy?
had to have taken hours
Yeah.
to sew a fucking voodoo doll into a
It's
rooster.
small. That's really sad.
It's pretty sad. It's pretty
Did
twisted.
she experience ever get closer? This is where you live now.
Is where I live now.
Have you experienced anything? You're
No.
because it got buried,
It got buried,
so we're fine.
and I cleansed my house.
Because your house, at least your house is good. Is she still living? Is there a neighbor?
She's still there too.
Okay.
I think it's
good.
fine. It's good
I
enough.
want to give her some flowers or something.
I know.
Did you do anything nice for her?
I bought her In and Out one time.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's
Because she was really freaked out.
Yeah.
And
yeah. at least don't be freaked out on an empty stomach. Come on.
Exactly. So
Or
I don't know.
fat.
I like got food and I was just like, okay, this bitch is having a
She's
having a
having
hard
tough
time.
Does she live alone now? Is she like married or
She's got a man now.
no? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got a man. She's getting shredded every day. You know,
Her neck is
Um,
getting
and
gobbled,
her
waddled.
neck is getting fucking gobbled and waddled. Yeah.
That primordial pouch is getting
Her
waddled.
primordial pouch is getting fucking shredded. It's getting
It has to be
fucking
sewn back
a-
together.
damn. Let's go.
It's getting so shredded. Anywho.
Yeah.
It's like, how old
damn.
is she? Also, I wanted to get like a visual.
She's probably like 45.
Okay. I
I
heard that's your sexual prime.
Oh, is that true? Really?
Yeah.
Makes sense
mama's getting
from the shit that
some.
I hear that they're
May
doing.
I ask you like when this was too?
This was in like maybe 2 years ago,
Wow.
something like that.
Oh, so you love your house? You've been there a minute.
I've been there for like 4 or 5 years or so, maybe
Wow.
even more, maybe like 6.
Wow. Has she been there the whole time too?
She has.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Shout out to K-Town.
I live there.
You're in K-Town
I'm
too.
in K-Town.
Everyone who I know who lives in Koreatown are all very weird,
Mhm.
cool,
Yeah.
very kind humans.
Really
Just wanna
kind.
say.
I've noticed anyone who lives in Koreatown is like really kind. Like if I know them.
Yeah. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, cool.
I love K-Town.
Love K-Town.
Cool. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
Thanks for sitting with us and
Thanks for sitting with us.
casually talking with us about sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Love, romance, education,
Mm-hmm. Plur.
aim,
Aim.
plur, goblets.
Outing. Isn't there a show about outing people on the internet where they come up with isn't that a thing?
Like Breaking News with John,
You know?
Breaking Bad, and John calls people up
Yeah.
and they're just like, hey, so
They meet at a
this is
cafe.
breaking. Oh, wait,
That's what
are
I'm
you
talking
thinking
about.
of the pedophile one?
Yeah.
Oh, with
And like a guy comes and like he rushes into. I bet you were expecting
love-
little Amy, who's 12.
wait,
Did you create that show?
no, but I love that show. What
You better get a
Chris
paycheck.
Hansen.
Okay. Okay.
And he'll always
got the
he'll always
name?
be like,
Are you a fan
he'll
of
be
the
like,
show?
I've watched every episode.
I mean, it seems like
It's
your
really
thing.
satisfying. Like if you're having a bad day or something, you just want to see someone who really fucking deserves it get
Mhm.
laid into.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of also DIY
Ooh,
to catch a predators
ooh.
who like
To catch a predator. That's what it's called, right?
yes,
Yes.
Chris Hansen's.
Chris
There's these
Hansen's,
DIY
okay.
ones that are very hard to watch
I
because
can't
they will
imagine.
like torture these people. Like they'll meet them in a Walmart and they'll like beat them and like beat the shit out of them.
I want to see that.
Which it
Nom, nom, nom.
rules,
That
but it's
seems great.
also-
Nom, 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 nom.
It's hard to watch because it's like, okay, this person, not that I feel, that they don't deserve it or
Mhm.
something, but they are being like, you're watching someone get like tortured
Yeah, I can't do
really
that,
badly,
actually. No, I
you
can't
know?
do that.
But
Seems
it
like a
is
lot.
sick. A lot, they'll just be like in a Target or something and they're just like, this guy went to meet up with a 13-year-old girl and they're like running away.
I would like that more.
And then like other people will be like, wait,
that.
he's doing what? And they like stick out their foot and like trip.
Love.
That's cool. One day when this podcast becomes famous,
Yeah.
we'll do a To Catch a Predator episode where someone will be a predator and I'll be like, yeah, so you thought you were being interviewed. Boom. Who comes in? Chris Hansen,
Ooh.
the host of To Catch a Predator. And I leave. I was the decoy.
The sexy decoy.
I was the sexy decoy. Obviously, I have experience pretending to be an underage person because I was on AIM on 13, pretending to be like a hot girl named Amy.
It's crazy because you're
sexting
like
with
actually
people.
young though, so it's like kind of a weird. Like I don't know if it's qualified.
It's like not quite
Chris
the
Hansen might be
same.
like, that's a little too real for me actually.
This is too real.
It might be even too real.
We're
for Chris
actually
Hansen.
gonna arrest both of you.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
arrested too.
Going to juvie.
Yeah, you're going to juvie.
Now. That's so crazy. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry, we were saying bye.
Yeah, we're saying bye. Shout out to Chris Hansen. Shout out to what are these called again? Hiblets?
Waddles.
Waddles.
Girdles.
Girdles.
Shout out to
Anyway,
Girdles.
thanks again.
everywhere.
See y'all soon. See ya. Yeah.
Exit music.